Did I do it the wrong way around?
Start again.
I'm Chris, I'm 27 and I did a lot of Christian activities, camping and stuff as a kid, and but my mum and dad was never religious. I had a stepdad growing up. He was never religious. It was like a youth place for me, the Boys Brigade. So, well, I was in a very bad place, suicidal. I was talking to someone that wasn't there, asking for help. And I was asking for help for like 3 months. And I stumbled onto this video on Facebook about Jesus. Whereas I thought Jesus was the Son of God. And it was telling me that Jesus was a prophet of God. I was thinking, what's this? What's this? I watched these videos called Merciful Servant for 2 months, and I still didn't click, even though I was watching stories of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. I was watching stories about him, and it didn't click. This was Islam. So I was in a taxi. I was talking to an Asian guy. I said to him, "Do you know of a religion upon the understanding of Jesus being a prophet of the God?" And he smiled at me, and I was like, "Why is he smiling at me?" So he smiled at me, and I smiled, and I'm like, "What's he doing?" And he said, "This is our religion, brother." And I went, "What religion's that?" And he went, "Islam." So I turned around to him and I went, "Muslims are terrorists. Muslims kill people. How can they have Jesus in their religion? You know, Jesus is the saviour, you know." So, and he looked at me and he smiled again, and he went, "You know what it is, brother, just keep watching them videos and keep watching." So I kind of stopped watching the videos for a few weeks, but there was something it was eating me inside. I needed to know, and it was really, it was bugging me. So, there were a few, I was very, 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 I was on the verge of just going, ending it. And I was drinking a lot. I was doing things with my friends. I felt so lonely, but there was only this thing that kept me going. These videos of Prophet Yusuf, and how and a lot of stories that kept me going, and it kept my will to live, so to speak. And there was something, and I was speaking every night to some before I was sleeping. I was saying, please help me, God." I was speaking to God, but I was in my own way at that time because I didn't understand. I went back to the videos, and as I got into the videos, I found out a few more things, and I watched more stories about the Muhammad, and I was thinking to myself, but people say bad things about Muhammad. People say really bad things about him. That's all I've ever heard. I've only known bad things. So I'm like, wow, these stories are, this is how I want to be. I started working at the Broadway in Bradford as a security officer, and I met a guy called Bashir, one of the Nigerian brothers. We didn't really speak about it because in my view was, if I don't have my friends as dictators, I don't want Muslims as dictators either. So I need to go down my own path. So I kind of kept it all quiet. So I worked with him for a few months, and he was talking about Islam, and he was inviting me for food. And I believe now he will put there to help me along this journey without him knowing. And very, very, very nice brother. On the 5th of November, it was bonfire night. I was celebrating the bonfire night with my friends who didn't know anything. So I was obviously drinking and that, and then I woke up on the 6th of November. It was a Friday, and I thought to myself, I need to go to the mosque. So I rang Bashir. I rang him and I said, "Bashir, would you please take me to the mosque?" And he turned around and he said, "You need to learn Islam first before I take you to mosque." I said, "Brother, I've been doing it for 10 months. I need to go, and would you take me to the mosque?" So he took me to the masjid where I met some of the brothers, and I was in the room with Masood, the sheikh, the mosque I was at, the imam, and he said he asked me a few questions, and then he brought up a few things, and I said, I do believe that God was one, and the Prophet Muhammad, peace be with him. I believe, and so after Asa, I took my shahada, and I become Muslim. I remember the feeling. I get that feeling now sometimes when I'm talking about Islam. It's weird. It's like, obviously when I used to drink and stuff like that, you get them rushes of feelings from that. It was one. I can't explain what the feeling I actually got from taking my shahada and becoming Muslim. It was. I was sat there for nights and nights just thinking, wow, for days, and I still do it now. And I think, wow, when I learn new things, I just think, wow. Where I am now, yeah, to where I was then, people are seeing it. I'm gleaming, I'm glowing. You know, I've got something about me. I've got a purpose of life now. Back then, I didn't have no purpose at all. I didn't even care about anything. I didn't respect my mum, my dad. I didn't respect my brothers. All I did was argue. My friends. Now Islam has taught me how to treat people, how to pursue a life, how to become. It's been a guidance for me. You know, it's a guide. Like Islam is a guide. It's not. I don't see it as the Quran as a rule book. I see it as a guide of life, and everything in Islam is beneficial, very beneficial. I was concerned that I wouldn't be a good Muslim, that I'd go back to drink and I'd go back to, but the thing is, I met Bashir. He kind of gave me that support. You know, it wasn't like he just come to the Shahada with me and then he just left me behind. He's still with me now. He still rings me now. He's still giving me support now. Obviously, when I first took my Shahadas, I had my doubts, and everyone will have them doubts. But once you find the love for God and you find the love for the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, things change in your life. A light opens up. You know, you've got to go in and you've got to work hard. You've got to work hard if you want something. You've got to work hard for it. And I've worked hard this last year. I've worked really hard, and now I'm seeing the benefits. You know, when I'm praying, I'm feeling it. So this stuff makes me proud of myself as well, and it's brought a sense of happiness to me. It's opened other doors. Like my dad's more understanding about Islam now as well, and he knows that it's not what it was. And to this day, it's the best thing I've ever done. The bestest thing I've ever done. Believe in your art. Go with your art, because that's where you'll find your happiness and your peace. Don't be afraid. There's people out here that will help you. You've got a lot of support. The brotherhood, the sisterhood in Islam is out of this world. We're all together as one. And if you are looking into Islam and you need some support, open out to people, speak to people, because if you don't speak, then you'll never know.